Dust off your vinyl, Dark Side of the Moon, Exile on Main Street, maybe even Nevermind the Bollocks, because the world is heading right back to the 70s. Imagine Hillary in a soft Charlie's Angels wave and a Farrah Fawcett jumpsuit. Or think Donald Trump in a Leo Sayer fro and a pair of purple bell-bottoms so flamboyant you could hide your six-pack up them.
It's a disgrace.
Or imagine the Brexiters leading the UK out of Europe on bright pink roller skates. And Marine Le Pen with big hair and a skin-tight V-neck, all glam-rocked up, waving her two big Gallic fingers at the world. The war on inequality, the political slogan du jour, is bringing us right back to a decade when Gerry Adams was more war than peace, when warm beer and sarnies governed the UK, and when Barry Manilow was unleashed on an unsuspecting public. God forbid even Leeds United were winning things. Think prawn cocktail, chicken Maryland, Black Forest Gatto, Piat d'Or, and in the next 12 months, as a result of the populist earthquake of Trump, Brexit and possibly even Le Pen, economics will be driven by the war on inequality, or what could be called the assault on the elites. When 1% own 50% of the world's wealth, something has to give. This assault on the elites, it's not a traditional battle between left and right, but it's a new battle between insiders and outsiders. Now, these insiders are the kind of I'm all right Jack types. These people with influence, with a voice at the table, those with a stake in the society. And the insiders, they can be either on the left or the right. So they can be public sector trade unions who say no to everything, or they can be smug bosses with the ear of politicians. So both insiders have the same game plan, and this is to gouge the state, extracting as much lolly as possible for their members and their interests. However, the outsiders, in contrast, have no one to speak up for them. They are the victims of globalization. And of course, outsiderdom is politically located where the nationalist old and the disenfranchised young intersect. Outsiders are not defined by traditional labels, but they do form strange coalitions. So the small shopkeeper could well have conservative instincts, while the 20-something tattooed barista could well be liberal to her core. Yet both of them see themselves as outsiders, and neither has a voice. But what they do have is a vote, and every once in a while, if pushed, they say enough. Outsiders see the traditional left and right as being in cahoots, trying to maintain an exclusive and self-serving status quo. So it's all a little bit confusing, but if Trump is the answer, what the hell is the question?
Say what?
The outsiders will change economics profoundly. Old-fashioned government spending will supplement QE. Inflation will be the weapon of choice to minimise debt burdens. The creditor's charter will be torn up, and other 1970s options will also be demanded. Imagine also trade protection, minimum wage legislation, taxes on the rich, more capital buffers for banks, taxes on profits, not labour, and targeting the elites. This is all on the cards. This is what outsider economics looks like, and it's got the 1970s written all over it. So forget all that you know. There's going to be less movement of people, capital and enterprise. Localization is going to replace globalization, or at least a version of the local trumping the global. Because in the same way as the scourge of orchestral rock was banished by punk in 1977, so too was 1970s economics banished by Mrs. Thatcher, who was nothing more than Johnny Rotten in drag.
No.
But that shift to the right, it might be a long time coming this time around. So in the meantime, get on your flares, crack open that bottle of black tar, and embrace your inner 70s.
Something strange is happening in Japan, Sweden, Switzerland, and the Eurozone. Official interest rates have gone below zero and are now negative. That means some